Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm just a little late here tonight. I was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock, but we got ourselves a little bit pickled up getting in here, so never mind. And I have no idea what I'm doing tonight, but that's okay. We'll work it out as we go along. We always turn out to have something good, right? So my preparation time that I was hoping to have just went out the window. My son is here, which is lovely. I haven't seen him in 2 months, almost 2 months, so that's pretty nice. Very, very cool. Who have we got here tonight? I see we have the regular crowd. Hello, Margaret and Monique. You guys were here early. Hello, Donna. Oh, two Donnas, Donna Ricardo and Donna Dembinski. So both of you here. Hello there, Cherie. You got your notice with 20 minutes to go. I wonder why. I had scheduled it this morning, so I don't know why. And I had lots going on today. Of course, we had craft along this afternoon, so that was at 3 o'clock today. Normally I go live with craft along at 2, and I had to move that time as well because I've just had so many things going on all day long that I sort of had to move everything around. So I am so sorry. Oh, hey, Suzanne. How did you go today? Did you get any of that sorted out with your leg? Or your foot, I should say. I'm just looking through to see if there's any questions. If anyone has any requests, tonight would be a great night for requests, because if I have them, if I have whatever it is you want to see me use, because I haven't got any previous planning, so you guys can help me out tonight. Footy on TV and me on the iPad. There you go. No, you're all back. We missed you this afternoon, Cherie, at the craft along. You can watch it and replay if you like. I will show you guys the cards that we made earlier a little bit later tonight, so that'll be good. Goodness me, you're busy chatting. There's a lot of comments. I'm trying to go through them quickly. Is there anything I've missed? Anything with a question mark, I just try and stop and see if it's a question for me, but it's not usually. It's usually a question between you guys. Yes, I did get it. It came at about it came during my craft along. I saw the van arrive. It was about 3:30, I think, something like that, or 3:45, which is, they don't normally come that late. They normally come in the morning, and so I really thought I was going to miss out, and sure enough, it was my parcel. So isn't that awesome? So now I can use this stuff when I leave on Sunday. Okay, good luck, Suzanne. I hope it works out well for you on Monday. The New Meadows DSP. New Meadows DSP. Do you mean... I'm not sure which one you mean. Do you mean, when you say new, you mean in the new catalogue? Or do you mean online exclusive stuff? Just if you can give me a little bit more clarification. And if I have it, I might be able to help you. But hey, Janine, nice to see you. Oh, that's such a cool thing. Year 4 coordinator, Cherie. That'd be a busy job. But that sounds very, very cool. Yes, new catalogue. Are you thinking of Thoughtful Moments? Is that the one you're thinking of? Because I do have that. And I could do something with that. Let me grab it and let's see if that's the one that you're after. I did think about trying to do something with maybe the new paper, the new in color DSP, and also the Unbounded Love has lots of new in colors in it as well. So yeah, let's switch over to the desk and see how we go. Do you mean this one, Jody? This is called Thoughtful Moments. I believe that's what it's called. There should be a backing piece in here somewhere. Oh, maybe not. Hang on. I've got one more over there. I bought 2 packs because I really liked it. Thoughtful Journey. Not Thoughtful Moments. Thoughtful Journey. There's too many thoughtful things. We have so many thoughtful. We have thoughtful expressions, thoughtful moments, thoughtful journey, thoughtful. So yeah, it gets a bit confusing. Oh, you're left-handed, Donna. That must mean you have a very creative brain. That's usually what that means. I don't know how true it is, but there is a story that says that people who are left-handed tend to be more creative. So I don't know. It is beautiful. So this is new, this paper that's coming. I mean, it's stunning. It's a little bit, remember the On the Horizons paper that we had going back a couple of years ago? And that paper was so popular. And this is very similar. So it's a 6x6 pack, which means there are 4 sheets. Sorry, 8 sheets. Oh, no, I'm right the first time. 4 sheets of each design. Okay, so this is the front. And then on the back, you have more of this watercolor look. It's just stunning. Don't you think that's beautiful? I know, it's just beautiful. So, yeah, let's play with this tonight. Let's have a bit of fun. All right, so you can see from one to the other, it's just gorgeous. And if you're after, you know, we can create backgrounds like, you know, what I do with you guys sometimes in like Technique Tuesdays. We did, remember the other day we did, last Technique Tuesday, we did this and we created this background. Remember that? And this is fun to create, but it takes a little bit of time. And if you were after super quick and you wanted to have a great background, then doesn't that look beautiful? So it works well with those, for example, oh, and I've got a couple of pieces here that I can actually use. You could use the Aspen dies. Now the Aspen dies are being retired, but they would look really good. So this is actually the big piece from the Aspen dies. And if you wanted to have that here, and you can see how beautiful that would look. Look, isn't that nice? And you could actually have that peering through the trees there. So yeah, this die set is being discontinued, the Aspen dies, but I love them because I think they're great for putting like a scene behind, just like that. And you can either create your own scene with your blending brushes or you could use paper like this. So that's a thought. The other one that we had the other day, and I wonder if it's still here, was the Grassy Grove. Do you remember? So this is another one. This is still current. This is not retiring. But, for example, that also would look really pretty behind something like that. Look how nice that is. So it just gives you some really good ideas. I like these kind of dies. We've got a new one coming called In the Grove that's in the new catalogue. And I think that is going to be great for showing these kind of scenes through. There's also, is it another thoughtful one? It's the one with it's in the mini catalogue. Hang on. And it's carrying over. So it's going to be in the new catalogue as well. Let me just grab it. And that is, what is it called? As soon as I see it, I know straight away. Delicate Forest, okay? And that's on page 17. And that's a similar kind of a thing. So hopefully this is giving you some ideas, all right? So this Delicate Forest has this arch. See the arch here? And you can put things behind that as well. So you can, these are really nice. This is a set that I've kind of got my eye on. I didn't buy it so far, but I really like it. And every card I've seen done with it. In fact, I got a swap at our recent on stage, and I know exactly where it is. I'm just going to grab it because who made this swap? It was Anne Linnett. I don't know. Some of you may know Anne. Okay, so she made this. See that stamp there? And she just stamped it in a few different colors. And she's still got a bit of DSP down the side. What a simple card, but so effective. Isn't that beautiful? So I thought that was really nice. And that's using this set. So there you go. Oh, I will. Thank you very much. Yeah, you've heard that. Do you think it's true, Donna, about left-handed people? Yes. The DSP. Are you thinking of the what's it called? Oh, there's another paper. I think you're thinking about this one. It's not from the last catalogue. It was actually an online exclusive. So it's actually, and it's still an online exclusive. And that is the Gorgeous Meadow or something like that it's called. Let me see if I can. This one that's got all these scenes, which you can also put. So scenery sort of stuff. This might be the one you're thinking of, Jody. And it's called, oh, no, that's Thoughtful Journey. That's the one. That's the one I'm using today. But there is another somewhere. I was thinking I might have had a piece that told me the name of the paper, but it's something Meadow. You are correct. That's all right, Leslie. I was late too. So, and I actually only started at 8 tonight. So, and I didn't start at 8. I was here at 8:04. So you haven't missed much. So anyway, if anyone likes these kind of things, this is another great one that you could pick. So there's some really lovely scenery, looking through the trees kind of dies and things that are that I think are wonderful. Oh, bye, Jody. I'm sorry we missed you. Yeah, and that's on me because I had to go late tonight, so I'm sorry I cut Jody out by going a little bit later, didn't I? All right, we shall move on. So I'm going to pick out this is very autumny, these colors, don't you think? How beautiful are these? And I like these kind of ones because you can add things to them. Some of you may have seen I did one a few weeks ago where I added the Hills of Tuscany stamps to a setting like this, and it was actually on this paper. I just forget which one it was, and it came together really nicely. And this one's lovely because your eye kind of fills in. That looks like a lake or something like that, and I'm not sure what's going on over here on the horizon, but the sky looks all cloudy. It's like a stormy sky. That's really nice. That's a beautiful piece. And some of them are very random. You see things sometimes in them that maybe weren't meant to be there on this back one. I mean, I don't know what you would do with that, but I really like it. It's just beautiful. All right, so a few more to look at. That's really beautiful. Look how gorgeous that is. That's lovely. Really, really nice. More of that one. More of those. This is nice. This reminds me of like Alaska or maybe the Pacific Northwest. Isn't that beautiful? Don't you think that's lovely? Meandering meadow. Yes, I think that's right, Leslie. I think you're correct. I knew it was something meadow, but I couldn't remember what. And there we go. So we're just pulling out these different ones. This is really beautiful if you want to create something that looks like it's in the field. That's really beautiful. Look at the colors in that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I hope that looking through these kind of maybe, that's beautiful. I find these kind of things get my creative juices flowing. I just think that's, is that a troll? Because it actually sounds like my son, except for the real juice man thing, but the thanks for having me, love you, mum, that does sound like my son. But I can hide it. I just don't understand the, yeah, okay, let's get rid of that, shall we? I'll delete that. That's really just gorgeous. So beautiful. Well, back to the beginning again. So we need to pick one. It is. I'm Ben. So why are you called the Real Juice Man? When did that change? I don't know that name. Don't know who it is. I did delete your comment. Sorry about that. So it's my 18-year-old son, Benjamin. Thank you. Welcome to the chat, Ben. Say hello to everyone. All right. I really like this one. I love the colors in that. That's tempting me. And let's see what else we have here. What else could we use? They're just so beautiful. And I really like this one, like that. That's gorgeous. So let's do a couple of cards for this beautiful paper. And just, it's going to be super simple. It's not going to be a long live tonight. It's going to be a bit quick because I need to be tonight. But let's see what we have. I've got a piece of basic white card, thick cardstock. And pop that in. Oh, see? Ben the Juice Man. There you go. See, everyone's saying hi now, Ben. See, I told you they're really nice ladies. All right, so I'm going to pop that on here. Now, we have, I'm just looking at the colors in here. We could go with a number of these colors, but maybe Misty Moonlight would be a good choice for this. What do you think? I think that might go nicely. And I have got some Misty Moonlight here. Actually, I've also got some navy. Maybe the navy would look better. Oh, the navy's nice. There, let's go with the navy. I'm going to grab my, so I'm going to do a couple of cards. One is going to be, actually I'll start this way, 14.3 to make the right width. And then we're going to go one across this way, 10 centimeters wide, and then we'll do a second one. So let's go with the navy for both because it's going to pull that beautiful, the blues out of that. And we'll start with this one here. And I'm going to do, I'm deciding how far down I want to go with this. All right, so let's do, first of all, we're going to do the simple card that you guys know I love to do. All right, now this one also needs to be, this needs to be 13.8. So will I go, maybe, I'm deciding I'd like a little bit more of this blue in the sky. I'm going to take a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom. So that's really lovely. Look how beautiful that is. And then what have we got on the back of this one? See, that's really lovely too. So let's have our 2.5 centimeter piece over here on this side. Well, I like to call you ladies because, you know, it sounds very refined and, like you say, sophisticated. And surely you guys all answer to that, right? All right, so do we want this on the right or do we want it on the left? Which way will we go? Which way? So this is option 2, okay, and this one is option 1. I don't think you can go wrong with this paper. I really don't. I think, you know, if you're using this paper, it's just going to be beautiful every single time. Okay, so this is option 1. And, okay, Glenda said option 2. All right, so that way. Okay, that way it is. So let me grab my Tombow and we'll get this going across here and down. And we're going to pop that right there. Such pretty paper. So Ben, have you been called a troll before? Because that's what you got accused of being tonight. You're really having... What's that? Should be... What's Donna saying? You guys. All right. So I'm going to get that there. I have half eaten my dinner. Ben and I were eating our favourite meal, which is king prawn laksa is what we love. Well, he likes seafood laksa. I like king prawn, but we had king prawn tonight. And we were in the middle of eating that. I've left half of my food on the table and run in here to do this live. And when I'm finished, I'm going to go back and eat the other half. All right, so let's pop that right there on the front. Now, I don't want to cover up very much of this at all because even though we have like a fair bit of space to work with, I don't like covering up, like I don't want to cover up any of this beautiful stuff, but I know we're going to have to cover up something somewhere. We could stamp straight on the bottom here, but I don't really want to do that. Let me see. Have I got, well, I've got a nice, this is a nice sort of little banner here. This would look nice. We could have that kind of here, and then we would still see most of that. How would everyone be with that? Would that look all right, do you think? Ooh, look at this. This is Highland Heather, and it looks like there's a bit of that in there. No, it covers up too much, but isn't that beautiful, that bit of Highland Heather bling with that? Very, very pretty. All right, so let's, yeah, crumpet. Well, yes. No, he wouldn't, because we went halves. He'd already had something on in the car on the way down, so we went halves. And yeah, I'm actually feeling like he would. I'm safe. He's not going to do that to me. You're allergic to crustaceans? That's a bit sad, Leslie. They're so delicious. I'm sure the crustaceans are happy though that you don't, you know. All right, I'm going to go with Misty Moonlight for my word. And I'm thinking I'm going to use the Unbounded Love. This is another new set. All right, I don't have the Thoughtful Journey stuff yet. That I've only got the paper. So at some point, this is a really nice one. This one says, "May all your wishes come true." That's really beautiful. We also could do all kinds of different cards with this because it's not particularly, it's not particularly feminine. You could give this card to a guy or a girl. It's actually really lovely. There's also a really beautiful sympathy set with sympathy in here, and this card actually would work quite nicely for that. My heart goes out to you, just for you. Have a blessed day. What else have we got? You're a true blessing. Celebrate. Hello. There's a lot of really great stamps. So this is a new set also coming on the 1st of May. Okay, so you live on seafood, Sheila. I wouldn't say I live on seafood, but I do try and eat a certain amount, I guess you would say. Oh, you would have had lovely seafood in Tasmania. Yes, it's fabulous down there. So I don't know. Should we make this a sympathy card? I don't do that all that often. But, and the happy birthdays probably is actually a little bit too big. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to go back to this one because I like it so much. May all your wishes come true. And then it could be a birthday card. It could be anything, really, couldn't it? You've just ordered that sentiment set? Yeah, it's really nice, Leslie. You'll like it. I'm glad that you're getting that one because it's just beautiful. All right, so let's pop this into my Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to stamp that right there, like so. And isn't that beautiful? Now, I feel like a little bit of glimmer would be really nice on this. I think that would be really lovely. So let's, I'm sorry about my squeaky chair too. I'm going to go over to my glimmer drawer and see what I can find. I've got some Highland Heather glimmer that would be very nice with this. So let's cut a strip of this. I'm going to just cut about, it's probably about 1/8 of an inch wide or a couple of millimeters. And let's have that along the bottom edge here. Or I could even put it at the top. Maybe I should put that "May all your wishes come true" a little bit higher and then put this down. But that's okay. All right, I need it to be a little bit wider. So I'll cut a bit more. I always cut the other side just as a tip. Because you're less likely to blunt your blade on the back. This side is like sandpaper, so it just helps. All right, so I'm going to attach some glue dots along the bottom of this. So this is just a cool way to add your glimmer. One on this side, and then one on this one, and do I have the Stampin' Blend PDF download to put on top of the markers? No, I don't. I have heard of people using it, and I just haven't had time to think about that. Sorry. This week has just been so crazy. I haven't had time to think about anything. And I haven't, that's one of many things I haven't looked at. All right, so let's me grab some paper snips. And I'm not sure if I want it flush with the end or if I want it on an angle. So I'm going to start by putting it on an angle and deciding whether I like it like that. Yeah, I might like it like this. I think that's good. Just like that. Does that make sense what I'm doing there? All right, so I'm going to put this on dimensionals. And I've got one dimensional left on that one. So I might as well end it. Might as well use it up. Actually, let's just use up a strip of them. Let's pop that right along there. And I'll add another 1 or 2 up the top. Probably overkill with the dimensionals, but hey, better too many than not enough, right? It's not going anywhere. And then I feel like we need, how's that? Do we like that? Actually, I'm wondering if I should have put it slightly to one side. I feel like it's not quite right in the middle there. And now I've pushed it down. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. That's fine. And I'm going to grab some of the purple shimmer gems. I think they'll be the right thing. Oh, also, Oh, I showed them today, but we also have those gorgeous new in color gems. These ones, you could get away with the petunia pop in that as well. The petunia pop would look rather nice, so that's a good possibility. But if we wanted to make them more purple, then we can use some of the purple shimmer gems that are currently available in the with the lavender suite. All right, so these are more purple. That's more pinky purple, if you like. All right, so let's grab my take your pick tool. I'm going to pop that. I'm deciding where I want to have these. One down here. I may move that one. And then one up here. And one up the top. Not sure about that one. That one doesn't look like it's in the right place. That's better. But anyway, there we go. Simple card. Super, super simple. Basically just the paper and a sentiment and a little bit of bling. And you've got yourself a card. So that's card number 1. Just an easy peasy one tonight. Now this one was the one I was looking at as my second card. And I'm actually thinking this piece that I pulled out before, I wonder if I can do something with this. Or is that too high? It might be too high. So because this is quite high, and really the feature of this is almost like this watery look down here, that's really beautiful, but it's not going to work well on this card. So I would need to pick different papers. All right, so I want something where, same with these trees, they're too high on the sheet. I want something where the trees are lower on the sheet. So let's find something else that's going to work better. That's actually really nice. That's actually that works quite well. It's very soft. I feel like we might need to add a couple of other trees or features in the background though, but we could do that. That would work. So that's a maybe. That one, once again, the design is quite high. Let's try and see what else we have. Oh, hello, Sean. Nice to see you. No, it was actually a troll in the meadow. Well, that would be interesting paper indeed. I don't recall ever having had a design like that. So, so that's actually pretty amusing. But no, it was actually, we thought my son who had popped in to say hello was a troll, and he wasn't. This one is nice. That one's probably one of the better ones from a design point of view. So either this one or this one. They're both nice. And you can kind of see something going on there. This one, if you use this one, it doesn't really need much at all because you've got grass and there's, bits and pieces happening. Whereas this one, I feel that we need to give it some detail. So if we use this one, we'll have to stamp some trees in, I think, which we have. We have got trees in this Grassy Grove set. So we could stamp some trees over in the distance. So which one do you think? What about a little house in the woods from the Tuscany set? Ooh, maybe that might work. So this one or this one? I think a house, if we're going to add a house, it would look better with this paper. Let's just go with this one because it's something really different. I'm going to package these back up again. Bundle them up, and I'm thinking about, and the question will be, do I put it on the back, like I actually attach it here so that we still have the white to write on inside, or do I put it on the background and you open this and put this down, and then you would have to write on the back of the card? I think it's probably going to look better if I do it on here, but I do really like it. It's very pretty. All right, so I'm going to keep that handy so I know roughly where those trees go. And I'm going to, this paper is 14.8 wide. So I'm going to make this 14.8, which is just cutting a little bit off the end, because that's almost 6 inches, and I'm cutting the rest off. Okay. Now, if this piece goes right to the top, then I'm going to want this at 10.5. And I think that's about right. So it looks like this now. I'll have to keep this piece for something else because that's really pretty as well. Oh my goodness, it's such beautiful paper. Can't wait to start playing with it for real. So tell me, who has their catalogs already? Okay, did they start arriving? Because I've heard from a couple of people they've started to get their catalogs, the ones that I had organised Stampin' Up to send out. And it was really, I didn't expect that. I thought they'd arrive while I was away. So I'm very excited to see that they're arriving already. So now that we have cut this piece down, it's exactly the right size for this. Okay, so let's get my Grassy Grove set. Okay, and I've got these little trees, which would look nice over here in the distance. We've just got to decide what colour we want them to be. There's some pretty peacock here in this, so I think maybe that will be the go. Let's grab these little trees. I don't even know if I've used these trees. I use the pine trees all the time. I've never used them. Look at this. Oh, we have to put the stamps together. You know what that means, right? All right, so here's my little trees. We're going to take the backing label off. For anyone who hasn't seen this, every time I do this, I say, who hasn't seen this before? And if there's anyone here that's new, there's a good chance you maybe haven't seen this before. So tell me if you haven't. I'd love to know if there's anyone who's never seen this before. I'm now dog-earing the back of my label. There's always a split in the label, and I'm just making sure that I turn the back of that over, and then I'm going to pick up the whole label, trees and all. Okay. Then I'm going to put those onto a block. So let's put them actually onto a block, like so. And then I'm going to whip the back off. Now that it's already dog-eared, I've just got to grab it and take it off. All right. Now I turn my block over. Your catalogue arrived about 2 weeks ago. If you're a demonstrator, it would have, but my customer catalogues are starting to reach their destination. In the last 2 days, I've had multiple customers tell me they're getting my catalogues that I organised to send out. So Stampin' Up sends them out to demonstrators, and they usually arrive first, but the customer ones are now starting to arrive. All right, I'm going to grab the pretty peacock because that's going to go in here with these, and I'm going to ink this up. Now, it's not going to be particularly dark, but that's fine. I don't want it to be. Let's just make sure. I'll put this back on here. And I do want it right about, okay, right about there. So the first tree needs to be right where this little mound is here. So let's have the trees over in the background. That's nice, isn't it? It's not super inky, my pretty peacock. And sometimes you want your ink pad to be really inky, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just want it to you know, provide a background piece like this one. So that's actually really rather good. So you can see I've got some trees in the background there now. Do I want, I might have one more tree, but over here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the same color. I could also use the garden green that's in there as well, but I only want a little bit of this showing. That second tree isn't going to show at all, but this one will, so that when I put that on, now my little tree is just, you can just see it peeking through there. Can you see it? There we go. It looks rather good. All right. So someone said maybe the house. And I'm thinking, you only got, yes. So Rose said she only got her catalogue this week. I know Margaret had trouble. Hers didn't arrive yet. It'd be funny, Margaret, if you end up with 2. Because that can happen, right? Can I tell all the ladies the funny story about what I did, Margaret? Because I'm the one who did it. I'm the one that looks silly. So Margaret was upset that she hadn't got her catalogue yet. So I offered to send her one because I have some extras, because I ordered some boxes of catalogues. So I sent her one in the mail, and she was so excited to get it, and she thanked me very much for sending her the catalogue. And then when she opened her envelope, discovered that in my confusion this week, I had managed to send her the old catalogue. I didn't send her the new catalogue. I sent her the old catalogue. So she was obviously a little concerned that that I had not sent the correct one. I was a bit concerned too. Now I'm wondering, I wonder if this house is going to look out of place, but I guess we're going to find out. And I feel like we only want it to be very, very light. I don't think we want this house to be very dark. So I'm thinking, what color would we want to do that's going to fit in with this card? We could go with one of the lighter blues maybe, or like I think there's a bit of balmy blue in this, but also we could go Lost Lagoon and have it sort of fading back into the mist. Just deciding what color. Yeah, oops, I know. Well, it probably wasn't funny for Margaret at the time. I don't blame her at all for going, oh my gosh. But it's funny in hindsight. And she has got her actual catalogue now, light grey. Okay, that could be good. I agree. It shouldn't be very dark. All right, so Smoky Slate is the lightest grey, or grey granite would be another one. And I'm going to stamp this first on a piece of scrap just to make sure it's not going to be too dark. Oh, it's not light. I wonder if I should stamp it off. So 1 and 2, and then it's too light. Right. If you here's something interesting. You can get different shades by depending on how long you hold it in place. So if I stamp really fast and then stamp again and hold, this is darker than this one, but not as dark as this. Okay, so maybe that would be the go. What do you think? Do you think this is going to be dark enough? Lost Lagoon, said Anne. You're very welcome, Margaret. I hope you don't mind me telling the story. Yeah, they said to everyone to expect to have their catalogues by the 26th, but I know that's probably a little late for some people. So I'm going to stamp. Oh, let me have a look here and see how this is looking. Where do I want this house to be? I think I want it right here in front of, so it's only going to be partial house. I'm going to hold it down and it's going to be, oh, it's light. It's very light, but it might actually work by the time we put our roof on. And what color should our roof be? I don't want to go red because it's going to be way, way, way too colorful. But I'm thinking, oh, I wonder about a Blackberry Bliss roof. How would that work? Let me see. I'm going to try it and we'll see what happens. I want it to be light. I don't want it to be too dark. So let's, Hills of Tuscany. Come on. Where are you? Here you are. Oh, it's mine. It says so. You know why? Because Denise borrowed it and then stuck it in my mailbox and it's got my name on it. All right. Let's go with this. And do I have any? The only B block I have has got the house on it, and we're not going to be stamping that again, so I'll pick that up again. I'm going to try with the Blackberry, and let's see what that would look like. Oh, it's quite dark. I wonder if I was to do it the second time, if it would be okay. Oh, yeah, that's better. It's almost a little bit purpley. That's good. All right, so let's stamp it, and then let's stamp it off on our paper. So I just need to make sure that I get it in the right place. That's better. How does that look? It kind of looks like it's part of the landscape, yeah? Oh, very good. How's he enjoying his walks, Jamie? I bet it's unpredictable because he would see something and just want to run towards it, right? All right, so this is going to go on here. All right, I'm actually going to cut this down a tiny, tiny bit just so it can go inside the paper. So let's have this. I'm going to go, oh, it's about a 1/16 of an inch for those, or about 1.5 or maybe 2 millimeters for those who are wondering. And I'm going to have this same on the top. Yeah, about 2 millimeters. All right. So now this is slightly smaller. Can you see that? Slightly smaller than this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Tombow right around the edge. Okay, I'm going to have it. Come on, out you come. I know you're in there. Here we go. Straight down the side. And the nice thing about, you can use tape as well, but the nice thing about Tombow, of course, is that you can kind of move it into place and wriggle it into place before it dries. So that is always a good move. Right, so let's pop this so it's just inside. And see what I mean about being able to move it. And I'm just going to make sure it's actually sticking all the way around. And then it looks like this from the front. All right, now I do feel like it needs something, and I'm thinking probably a banner. And I'm thinking, I will probably add this later, otherwise I'm going to go way too late. But what I was thinking was maybe a banner with, oh no, you know what, I can do it. Like pretty peacock paper, but with or maybe one of the other colors. I think the pretty peacock would be the best. And then actually white emboss. So put our greeting on there, white embossed on the darker color cardstock, and then have like a flag that goes over. So this set has some lovely greetings, and so does the Grassy Grove. They both actually have some really great greetings. We've got wishing you peace, you're in my thoughts, and I just can't thank you enough. And there's a hello as well. And then this one, and the Hills of Tuscany, for anyone who's wondering, this set is retiring. Okay, it's disappearing. So if you want it, you will need to grab it soon because it's going to be finished. The Grassy Grove is not retiring. Okay, this one's sticking around, but that other Hills of Tuscany is going. And I like all these greetings, but if I want to have a long, thin greeting, and I think I do, then I'm probably better to pick one of these or even one of these. But I think I'm going to stick with some. Oh, I don't know. Yes, I think I'll stick with one of these. So wishing you peace, you're in my thoughts. You're in my thoughts is very nice. That's a nice, you're in my thoughts. I think that's the one. Yeah, you're in my thoughts. Let's try that. And let's pop it on some pretty peacock cardstock, which I'm pretty sure I have a scrap or two of that hanging around my desk. Oh, I do. I've got this piece that I cut out earlier when I was making another card for today's craft along, but I might save that more. Yeah, I mean, the problem is those thoughtful expressions, guys, these are discontinuing. So they're not going to be around. So I might as well chop it up. And I'm going to stamp on it. And I'm going to, let me pop this on here. And I'm going to do it in Versamark. And if I can actually remember for the very first time ever, I'm going to use my embossing buddy. Oh my goodness. Who am I? I never remember this thing. All right. You had a cat that attacked the mailman. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to pop that right here. And then we're going to use our tray, and this is white, basic white embossing powder. Just going to pop that right there. Looking good. Right, there is a couple of tiny little bits of powder, so I'm just going to move those. I find actually the best thing to get the powder off is the putty end of the take your pick tool. That does a really good job. It's actually easier to work with than a brush. I use it quite often, but I just didn't think to do it on this occasion. All right, so let me, I can't remember which one it came out of, but I don't think it matters because they're both white powder. I'm just going to tap it back in. Right, Lid back on. Then we're going to need our heat tool, which is here. Oh, it's not switched on. Well, that's unusual. It should be switched on. Might get pulled out of the PowerPoint, maybe. Yes. Let's heat that up. Okay, it's starting to cook now. It goes whiter and hard and shiny when it's cooked. It actually hasn't come out as clearly as I hoped. And I think it's because the letters are quite close together. It's not too bad. I can read it, but I prefer it when it's a little bit more distinct than that. So what I want to do is cut this out, and my favorite die for cutting out something long like this is the Stylish Shapes dies. I like the little banners like this one. Whoop, not that one, this one, because that will do a really nice job of that. So I'm going to cut that out really, really quickly. And I'm just going to do that over at my cut and emboss machine. So I shall be literally a few seconds and I'll be back with you. And then I want to just quickly take you through the cards we made in case people missed the cards today for Craft Along. Because Craft Along is now available. You can buy it right now if you're wanting to. Alrighty, here we go. So I'm going to peel that back, push that out, and it does say you're in my thoughts. So I'm thinking that would be really nice right about there. And I'm thinking maybe popping that on with dimensionals, but I might use the edge of a pack of dimensionals because that will fill in nicely. So let's just pop a few of these along the back. Put that on. Now tonight is actually the last time I am live with you guys for the next couple of weeks, but I have pre-recorded all the sessions while I'm gone, so there will be the normal times, Friday and Sunday nights, not Saturday night, sorry. Friday and Sunday nights and Tuesday afternoons. I will still be here to guide you through all sorts of different cards and things that I've made and pre-recorded for you. So I hope that you're still going to do that. Oh, hello, Lady Sky. Do you have a name you like to be called, or is that Lady Sky just fine? Lots of people saying welcome. No. Cherie asked if your real name is Ben, and that's only because my son Ben popped into the chat before and we all thought he was a troll. Oh, thanks, Ellen. Yeah, I know. It's not the same, is it, when you're not live? I hope it doesn't affect my numbers too badly and people still tune in and you guys can still talk to each other. Now, I actually wish I had some linen thread. I do have some linen thread, but it's not near my desk at the moment. I used it at a class on Wednesday and I haven't put it back in its regular place. So I'm just going to use this bit of twine, which is, I think, nice, but not as nice. Nothing beats linen thread. I love the way linen thread sits and falls. So I'm actually thinking I'm just going to pop that right here at the edge. And I'll attach it with a glue dot. That's usually the best way to go. So my plan is tomorrow, I've got a few little work things to fix up. I've got 2 last videos to record. I thought I was going to get one done this afternoon, but then something else came up, as it tends to do. But I've got the last 2 to record tomorrow, and then I'm pretty much done. I've just got to pack my bags and go. So I hope I can get it all done in time, because how crazy is this? There is one train that I can catch. Well, there's actually an earlier one. There's a 3-something train, and I don't really want to, yeah. Oh, it's okay that your name's not Ben. It's fine. I'm going on the Stampin' Up trip, Jamie. So once a year, Stampin' Up has this amazing, fantastic trip that they send us on. And I'm very, very lucky, because this is actually I'm trying to work it out. I think it's is it my 15th or 16th? That's terrible. I'm starting to lose count. It's either my 15th or 16th trip. I think it's the 16th trip. Yes, my dad and his wife are coming to stay. They arrive tomorrow afternoon, and they're going to be here for the 2 and a bit weeks that we're gone. So yeah, my husband's already gone. He went last week. So, all right, it does need some bling, doesn't it? Don't you think? I think maybe let's use some iridescent rhinestones. You know why? Because these are going, and I love them so much. I'm going to be very sad that they're no longer going to be around, because they are the most wonderful gems. And I'm going to have one here and a little tiny guy just over here. There you go. So this is my House in the Woods card. Let's call it that. What do you think? And I think it turned out really nice. I think the light grey was the perfect suggestion. Thank you so much. And the Blackberry Bliss Sky, but stamped off, works okay. So the roof makes it that you can see that it's a house, but it's kind of in the mist. And I think it worked out really well. It did. It worked. Oh, I hope so too. So yes, the only train that I can actually get. I've got to be plane leaves at 9:25. For those of you who don't know, if you're flying internationally, you have to be at the airport 3 hours before. Okay, and it's 90 minutes to 2 hours from here. The only train that I can catch that will get me to the airport on time for my flight is the 4:17 a.m. train. So if I miss that one, I will miss my flight. So it's a little bit stressful. I'm super, super nervous that I'm going to oversleep my alarm, or the alarm won't go off. I think I'll probably check it 50,000 times before I go to sleep. You're just here to make new friends. You've come to the right place, because this is a really great group. They are fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Oh, yes, there will be pictures. Don't worry. All right, let's see our 2 cards from tonight. So these are the cards we made. I went a little bit lazy tonight and mostly relied on the paper, but I still think they turned out pretty nice. Let's have a really, really quick look at the cards that we made at Craft Along today. These Craft Along cards, I always make, this is the card I made live with everybody and for people to craft along if they wanted to. And this was the sample. So this is the one for the ones that I sent out supplies. This is the supplies that you received that you could make up into the card. All right, so these set the alarm in the kitchen as well as, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Although I don't think I have an alarm in the kitchen. I know it's so early. I'm very, very worried, Nairi. I'm pretty good at getting up early, but that's early for me. So let's not say that, Leslie, because I'm really worried that I have done it before where I stayed up all night and just went the next morning and I was exhausted. I was like jet lagged for a week when I got over there. All right, so then there's this one. So these are what we call interlocking cards, and they're interlocking because of the way the pieces fit together there on the front. So you actually have to like slide them out and they slide in together to keep the card closed, and that's what we call an interlocking card. So these are the ones we made live. Then these ones, this one with the pretty glittery bit, this one actually I've got 3 of these because I had to record this video twice because I messed it up the first time. So I ended up having an extra card. And then we have this one. This is all new papers. And I've used the Nested Essentials dies to do the piece on this one. Okay, and it's very pretty. So I love all these new papers. So beautiful. That paper is called Unbounded Beauty, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And then the last one is possibly my favorite. I really like this one. This is using a new set called Spotlight on Nature, And the dies, these gorgeous circles, are the Spotlight on Nature dies. They are absolutely fantastic. All right. I didn't make the leaders meeting this morning, Ellen. I was too busy. I hope I didn't miss anything terrible. All right. And then this opens up and you've got your little greeting inside. You can make this a wider panel if you want to. If you want to write here, you could do that and have this piece just a flat back card. I actually got this card idea from a very talented US demonstrator called Lynn Dunn. So thank you to Lynn if she's watching this at all. But I've changed up her card a little bit. So she just had it on a flat piece and then had room in here to write her greeting, whereas I actually just put a sentiment in there and then still had a full-size card. Okay, so I've done this on the front, but then I have my card on the inside so that you could write whatever you want to write. These stamps are all from the Spotlight on Nature set, and so is this stamp here. And this paper is from the Mediterranean Blooms set, which I'm going to get those stamps and dies as well. But I love the paper. It's all got the gorgeous citrus, and then you've got the beautiful blue and white paper. Just stunning. So you can see I've done a couple of cards like that. So all these projects are actually shown in step-by-step tutorials that you can watch, and they are, if you ordered with me last month at $60 or more, you would automatically receive all these tutorials for all these cards. Okay, if you are in my team, you also get these, and all my team and all the people who ordered last month should already have them. They've been emailed out. But when you if you aren't in a situation where you've either ordered from me and you're not in my team, you can purchase these. Okay, so on my blog, I just put my blog address up on the screen for you. All right, on my blog there, lhiggins.blogspot.com. Okay, go there, and the most recent post, the one from today, you will see steps you through pictures of all the cards, but then it actually has a PayPal button to purchase the tutorial. The tutorial for all the cards, which includes measurements in both imperial and metric, is $15 Australian, and $15 Australian is around about $10 US, roughly. Okay, so that gives you a bit of an idea. It's a very, very good deal. It's a great value that you're getting for that. So I hope that everyone's going to love these cards this month, whether you placed orders with me last month and got this for free, or whether you got whether you're actually purchasing it, you get the same stuff. So I hope that's helpful, and I'll just take that off again and switch back to me. Here I am. And I hope that you'll enjoy them. I think they turned out really nice, and love to see and love to hear what people think of them. All right, let me just look at the comments because I can see there's a few piling up there that I haven't seen it. Yes. Are you talking about the limo? Yeah, someone suggested to me that I should get the limo to Sydney, but it's a couple $100. It's not cheap, and you know, we're trying to save our money for the trip, so so that we have, you know, a little bit more money to spend while we're there. So thankfully, the week that's in Mexico, it's all inclusive, so we don't have to, you know, buy food or anything like that. And while we're staying with Paul's family, we don't have any food or accommodation expenses. But we do have an extra night in LA at the coming home that we didn't actually plan on, but that's the way the flights worked out. So we have to look after that night's accommodation. But everything else is going to be pretty reasonable. So what I tend to do when I go to the US is that's when I buy jeans and shoes. Well, not all shoes, but like we're buying water shoes because we're going to be at a water park. But if I'm going to get like Skechers or like running shoes, walking shoes, I will usually do those when I go to the US because it's a lot cheaper. So so there we go. I'm just looking to see if I've missed any comments. Limos are fun. Oh, that sounds like, oh, yuck, Cherie. That's horrible. That's not the sort of thing you want to find in anywhere, let alone a limo. Oh, you'll have to watch the replay, Nairi. That's absolutely fine. Yes, I'm also, when I'm flying long distance, like long haul flights, I try and stay off the alcohol, Suzanne. So I find it helps if you drink alcohol when you are on a long haul flight. It is not good for your jet lag at the other end. It's bad. Water is good, and if you can sleep on the new schedule, that's good. Those things probably help you more than anything. I will not get burnt. We have our sunscreen. at the resort we're staying at. It has to be reef safe, so so it doesn't hurt the corals and so forth. So yeah, it's got to be special, like mineral sunscreen. Oh, happy birthday, happy 40th. There we go. Just looking through. I will. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. Thanks, Sheila. Oh, thank you, everybody. I'm so glad that you guys were here with me tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the pre-recorded ones, or you can check in and see each other. I have lots of fun, beautiful cards to show you over the next couple of weeks. And one of them is going to be, I'm actually going to recreate my swaps, but I'm not going to have that one go live until after the swaps have been handed out. So it's a sort of surprise for people who are getting the swaps. But one of the videos is going to be the swaps. All right. Okay, guys. Yes, sketches in the US are nice and cheap, and I've bought a few of those over the years. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to go eat the rest of my dinner, and I hope that you all have a fabulous week ahead and a fabulous couple of weeks without me. Don't forget, oh, I nearly did forget. I have my incentive for anyone who wants to order from now right through until I get back on the 7th of May. I have a special incentive for you. If you place a $60 order, not only do you get the supplies for next month's craft along and the tutorial bundle, but you also will get an inspiration pack from me. So that's a few handmade cards and special souvenir from Mexico. All right, so you can look out for that. Thank you so much. Don't forget, guys, and really the purpose of that incentive is to remind you that you can still order while I'm away. Okay, that's still completely fine. The first time I went away 2 years ago, we went to New Orleans, and I got one order the entire 2 weeks I was away, which is not good from an income point of view, because you might know I rely on this job for my income. But yes, that was very bad. So last year I went to Norway and had an incentive, and it was much, much better. So I'm hoping that you guys will order as you normally do this time as well. Okay, have a fantastic week, guys, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.